Sunday morning conversation. Sunday morning inspiration. Sunday morning conversation. Sunday morning inspiration. Conversation, inspiration. Get the tools to live a life filled with purpose. Revelation, motivating conversations. This is the place to build your faith, live on purpose. Conversation, inspiration. Get the tools to live a life filled with purpose. Sunday morning, come and join the conversation. Leave the pain, gain the purpose God has for you. Join the conversation. Believe God has what's best for you. Join the conversation. Believe God has what's best for you. Join the conversation. Sunday morning conversation. Sunday morning.
Well, good morning, Conversation Crew. Good morning to you. It's yet another glorious Sunday morning in the year 2026. We have entered into July, and yes, we have made it here. As you can tell by my background, I have chosen another location in my home to broadcast this morning, but welcome in. Welcome in. I'm excited to have walked into August. Just celebrating life and celebrating just people, celebrating what God has done, preparing for what God has for us. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to my next. I'm looking forward to my next. And so let me get some shout out there for those of you that are in the room and have joined us this morning and have put your name in the chat. I see you, LC White. What's up, Deborah Derrickson? What's going on, Forrest in Richmond? Hey, Terry Nelson. Betty Patrick's made it in the house. Hey, Brenda Page. All right, I think I see someone in here. I'm not for sure who it is, but anyway, you know my eyes. Okay. Yeah, say fly. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and remove folks that just probably should not be in here. If you not talking Jesus Christ and not talking about what we talking about, then we probably gonna be removing you out the conversation because we want to have a conversation. Listen, I just want to say again, thank you so much for everything that you all do, for how you all support, and for what you're doing. And so just look forward to spending August with you as we talk about getting out of the box. I told you all that on last week that we were going to be moving into this section, that we will be talking about this for this month of August, of getting out of the box. And everything that we talk about, it should help us break through barriers that may be prohibiting us from getting to the places that God has called for us to do. But before we get started, two things we're going to do. The first one is give a shout out to Pastor Jerry Maynard II, to Bishop Maynard and Dr. Mary T. And the second thing is, I wish I had a little drum roll. I'm gonna get some sound effects and stuff going. But did you do your homework? You get a homework assignment after each after each conversations. Did you do your homework? Did you work on your mind? Did you work on your peace? Did you work on taking care of you? If you didn't do your homework, you say, I don't remember, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. Go back and catch the replay. And pull it up so you can watch it all the way through, so you know what your homework is, how it's tying to the message. If you're new to this and you didn't watch it on the month of July or any other months, we always give a homework assignment at the end. Write it down. Do your homework. It's good to hear it, but you also need to be a doer. We hear the word, we do the word, and it makes it stick. And then we can live our life successfully. All right. So for the month of August, we are going to talk to you about getting out of the box. For the month of August, getting out of the box, getting out of the box, making sure that we are preparing ourselves to do what God has called for us to do. I want to make sure that we can get this popped up here for you correctly, but getting out of the box. So get out the box. And so do me a favor, put in the chat, get out the box. You're talking to yourself. You're not talking to anybody else. This one is for us. It's not for you to go tell your neighbor, tell your family members. It is for us. You can share this if you know somebody needs to hear this, but get out the box. And let me just tell you all something. Sometimes, like the eagle does with its youngins, or some birds do with their youngins, sometimes you will kick them out the nest. You'll flip the nest over so that you can't even get in the nest. You can't, because it's time for you to fly. It's time for you to soar. And that's what I'm sharing with you today. I believe the Lord wants us to understand that there are things that happen sometimes in our life that causes us to, he will flip it over, flip our worlds over, and will cause us to go and soar. Go see other things. Go see other sights. Trust God. Step out on faith. This is the time to get out the boat. We need some Peters that's getting out the boat. Don't be the other disciples that stayed in, but get out the boat and trust God. All right. So listen to this. For all this month, this is going to be our key scripture for the month. We'll have some other scripture that will help us guide for our specific conversations, but this is the key scripture. You all know this. Behold, I will do a new thing. It shall spring forth. Shall you not know it? And I will even make a road in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. You already know this scripture. So behold, I'll do a new thing, and it shall you not know it. You already know that it's going to spring forth. Shall you not know it? So new things are happening. New things are happening. You need to tell that to yourself. Put some sticky notes up on your mirrors, on your windows, on your doors. New things are happening. Every morning when you get up, you get brand new mercies, and just remind yourself, new things are happening. Boy, I felt that thing. I mean, if I had to minister today, I tell you what, I was standing there pulpit telling you, listen, you need to speak into the atmosphere. New, don't stay right there, right? And it's, come on, somebody, let's get it together. All right. So raise your expectations so you'll have no limitations. Get a hold of God's expectations for yourself, and then there's no limit. All right. Okay. So for today, this is just for today. We're going to be let's see, let me say this to us. Too many people are living inside boxes they never built. Boxes of fear, comparison, disappointment, tradition, labels, comfort, and God is calling us beyond limitations into our purpose. Okay. So I just added that into, I had moved to it quickly, but I had wrote this down to kind of keep me, on task. So these are some of the boxes that I want you really to start working on, and others. Okay. This is not a limitation to just this. All right. So boxes of fear, comparison, disappointment, tradition, labels, and comfort. These are boxes these are probably more familiar boxes, and that we have for ourselves, or that we've allowed for other people to put on us. And so this is what we want to do. We've got to move beyond these things, because they limit who we are, and we can't tap into our true purpose without getting past these things. And so we want to make sure we do that. For today, get out of your way. Get out of your way. For today, get out of your way. Get out of the way. Get out the way. Get out of your way. All right. Now, this is something we're going to talk about that is very popular right now, but it needs to be. And that is self-sabotage. Self-sabotage, 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 self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is often disguised as protection. A lot of times you hear people talk about how, I'm just trying to protect my peace, or I'm trying to protect this, or I don't want to try that because I'm worried about this. I had a situation happen this past week, and thank God for accountability partners, people who love you, who love what God is doing in your life, who see what God's doing in your life, but also have enough faith in God to be able to check you when you need to be checked. Okay. Everybody needs all faith walkers need a faith accountability partner. All, hear me when I say this to you, all faith walkers, you should not be walking this walk alone. Yes, we trust in God, but you need somebody that's going to bump up against you. Even Paul went out with others. Okay. Paul and Mark, Paul and Barnabas, Paul and Peter, Paul, as strong as he was, writing majority of the New Testament, and we pulled all of his words, his writings, his letters, and we use them a lot, right? And we guide ourselves by them. You still need that person, or person that can rub up against you, that can talk to you. Paul had to check Peter. You all remember that Peter was acting, he was code switching, when he was with the Gentiles one way, with the Jews another. Okay, so you got to make sure that you get somebody with you that can help you. Okay, so last week I have an assignment. I was supposed to do it, and something threw a little monkey wrench in it. You all know that. Just threw a little something in there, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. And my friend said, why not? And I said, well, because listen to this. I want to protect the people. She's like, okay, what about you? Self-sabotage is often disguised as protection. No, I didn't want to do it. It was like something in me started going, I started pulling back. No, a lot of times this is what happens to us. We self-sabotage and we label it as protection. Anybody else in here that does that? Oh my gosh, I can't do this. Oh, you moving along. God has told you to go. You've wrote the business plan. You've saved the money. You've got your investing dollars, and you were getting ready to put the money there. And you go, you know what? If I spend that money, then oh my goodness, what's going to happen if what if the car break down and I ain't gonna have any money to fix my car? What if we need to I get sick or something and I can't do the work, and then it's just on me. It's just on me. So like with a job, at least I got some money coming in, but this is on just on me. It's just on me. Self-sabotage. Self-sabotage, calling yourself protect. I'm just protecting me. I'm looking out for myself. No, you need to get out your way. Get your mind together and get out of your own way. Get out the way. Step out on faith and get out the way. Now that's key right there. Step out on faith and then get out the way. Listen to this. Sometimes the biggest obstacle isn't the devil. It's fear. It's excuses, procrastination. I need to land on this next one. Perfectionism and overthinking. Sometimes we overthink. We overthink the whole thing. Well, I got to make sure this is. I got to dot every I, cross every T. Listen, faith sometimes will not allow you to dot the I or cross the T. Faith makes you can't even write the word. You just need to step out there. All right. Stop procrastinating. Stop making up excuses. Stop trying to act like you're so perfect. The only one that's perfect is God, right? And quit overthinking. Check this out. If God tells you to do something and you hear yourself saying, "Oh," you hear yourself walking in fear. What does that look like? A mission. You start pulling back. You become afraid to do it. I'm afraid people are not going to receive me. You start hesitating. Or if you hear yourself making up excuses, I would do it, but if that's how you start your sentence, I'm talking about just in your head. You don't have to be talking to anybody else. You can talk to yourself. I would do it, but get ready to hit an excuse. I would do it, but I was going to do it, but she did, they did. Excuses, procrastination. You have it on Monday to do. Now you moved it to Tuesday to do. Now you moving it to Wednesday to do. Now you pushed it back to Thursday to do because you're procrastinating. That's procrastination. Perfectionism. I need to make sure everything is all right before I do. God's called you to do it. Well, I got to make sure everything is all right. I got to make sure I have everything perfect. Let me just say something to you. You're not perfect. There's always going to be something that's going to come up that's going to show itself to be imperfect. So just get used to it. because you're not perfect. You're going to mess up. You're going to miss things. Pastor Jerry says all the time, the blind spots. Everybody has blind spots. When you're driving in your car down the highway, you have blind spots, but that doesn't stop you from driving to get to your destination. Think of it this way. Look at it with that analogy. I still got to go where God has called me to go with my blind spots and stop overthinking it. Stop it. Can I just say this to you? Stop it. Get out your way. When we become experts at talking ourselves out of what God has already called us to do, we need to check ourselves on that. When we become experts, subject matter experts. I like saying that all the time. You become a subject matter expert, a subject matter expert of talking yourself out of what God has already called you to do. It is not a good thing. You are self sabotaging. We should never be experts. And some of us have been. We could say, been there, done that, wrote it. You know what I'm saying? Been there, done that. I wrote it, and I got a book that I could give to you about it, right? Yeah, no, not gonna do it. Not going to do it. Okay, so check this out. We don't want to be subject matter experts of this. We want to be subject matter experts of stepping out of the boat, getting out of our own way, sharing with other people how, you know what, I was faced with this and I did it. I was faced with this and I went ahead and moved forward. Yes, I had fear, but I went. I started hearing myself say excuses and I course correct very quickly and went forward. I saw myself procrastinating. I saw myself pushing it down the calendar. And I said, nope, got to get up and got to get it done. You know what? I can't be perfect. I realized in my mind, I've come to the resolve that I'm not perfect. So you know what? I'm just going to do it anyway. That's what you have to do with perfectionists. I'm just going to do it anyway and stop overthinking. All right. Because you can't outthink God. Somebody, woo, now that one was powerful right there. You cannot outthink God. Let's go to point number 2. Faith requires movement beyond comfort. Y'all already know what. Y'all know I was going to come here because I've been here before. I'm going to say it again. If you're a faith walker, you need to learn how to live an uncomfortable life. When you're a faith walker, you have to learn how to live an uncomfortable life. You're going to face challenges, and usually face challenges pretty regularly. You'll have some breaks where you'll enjoy God and enjoy the fruits of your labor and the fruits of your investments. And when I say regular, I don't mean every day. I'm talking about you may go for a season, right? God will give you that span. And then faith requires movement beyond comfort. I want to pause right here and just share a little bit with you before we finish up and give you your homework assignment for this week. But I am a number 5 gal. I'm a number 5 gal. Number 5 is my spiritual number. 5 stands for grace. Number 5. And I can count every 5 years, there's a turning point in my life. I need you to stick with me on this. The month, August, actually 5 years ago, this month is when my son, Stevan, transitioned. Catastrophic, life-changing, caused me to pivot in life. I mean, so many things happen, and I'm not crying because of this. My eyes are watering, but I'm sharing this with you because fast forward in 2026, we had that situation happen. The season's going on, right? Another catastrophic 5 years. And the one thing that I've learned is God has taught me in my journey how to pray up for season 5. Why am I saying this? Faith requires movement beyond comfort. I already know that whatever's coming up, I already know. I'm already looking at listen to this. I'm already looking at 2031. 5 years from now in 2031, I already know something is going to cause my life to flip upside down. I told you that the nest is going to be turned upside down, and I'm going to have to fly to the next season, the next level, the next height. I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone. But what happens is, out of it comes something that will cause for my life to go to another level, and I'll enjoy the fruits of my labor, what I've invested. my time, the pain, the roots and the fruit. Fruit and roots are growing at the same time, right? So I get to enjoy that. But when that happens, I always know that I'm getting ready to get ready for your 2011, out of 2031, excuse me, out of what happened when my son passed. Purpose Over Pain came. We started raising money. We're giving endowments to Western Kentucky University. We're giving scholarships out to people who are very deserving of it that may not have qualified for it. We've been supporting Black young men. We've been supporting Black women in businesses. Started doing a lot of philanthropy from there. Started moving into some different areas of life. It caused me to step out of my comfort zone. I end up getting living in a place where I truly enjoy and purchasing horses. And so all of these things has happened in between 2021 and 2026, right? Won awards, being recognized, things, nothing that I truly quote unquote desired after, but God saw fit that it happened. But you've got to make movements. You have to. Motion, movements brings about miracles. Movements causes things to happen. Movements is contagious. All right, so let's pop this up here. Growth begins when we stop waiting until we feel ready. Obedience often comes before confidence. So you got to walk in obedience because it will kick you into confidence, and you will walk out on faith and see what God is doing for your life. Let's get to this homework assignment. You all write this down because you know I'm going to ask you about it on next week. So get ready for it. Here it is. First one. I want you to list your sabotage or sabotages, whatever those things are. I didn't know sabotage was a word. That's why I put the S in parentheses. So list them. List your sabotage and your belief about yourself has kept you from taking your next step. Write it down. I need you to write it down, just one or two. Write it down. And then you all, I had to put this in here, belief about yourself, because your behavior follows your belief. What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you can't do it? Do you believe that you don't have the tools or resources to do it? Do you believe that you're not worthy of it? Write it down. Be true about yourself. Be honest with you. Sit down and have a good conversation with yourself and say, what's keeping me from taking the next step? I don't think I'm qualified. I don't think I have enough room. I don't think people believe in me. Whatever it is, write it down. And then go back and look at what we just talked about. Those boxes: fear, there's procrastination, low expectations. Because low expectations do what? You get low limitations. And you begin to limit God. Stop limiting God. He's unlimited. All right. So write it down and sit with yourself. And then here's the second part. And then write an action that you can take this week that your fear has been delayed. So write an action. What can I do to course correct? So I'm gonna hit number one. Write it down. What's sabotaging me? Number two, what can I do to course correct? Right? If you forget about it, come back, just watch the replay, scroll over, just watch the replay and get back to this part. What can I do? What action can I take? Because we have to be hearers and what? Doers of the word. So write it down. All right. I don't even know I'm gonna ask you about it. I may even ask you to put it in the chat next week. What can we do so we can be powerful and do the things that God has called for us to do? I am pumped up and excited about this week. Listen, hang out with us, right? Because we're getting ready to have we will 1 hour of power in 7:45. It's not on the social media platform, but it's at in person. So if you're there, enjoy it. But I wanted to tell you this. This is what I need you to do. Hang out with us at 10 a.m. All right. 10 a.m. You can catch us on the social ministry platforms, either one of these, and enjoy yourself. We are so thankful for what God is doing in our lives. And on Wednesday, we have a 12 new Bible study, and that's soul food, and our 6:30 p.m. night Bible study. So join us if you have nothing else to do. Pop in there. And for those who have a Bible study all those other days, enjoy it as well. I want to say to you all so much to thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you again for everything that you do, for your prayers, for all the things that you say, for keeping me uplifted. I definitely appreciate it. I feel it and I appreciate it. Listen, as I always like to close with this, remember that your voice is powerful and your voice is valuable. Go out and speak life in everything that you do and you say. Make this a great day. Bye bye.